Alright, how's it going? As a quick little intro before we get to the monthly town hall meeting that just concluded. Um, so we have these town halls once a month. It's usually on the first Saturday of the month. Uh, Depending on how the month falls, sometimes it's the last Saturday of the last month, more or less. But all of it's in the Discord. It's just weird how Discord has their repeat monthly sort of thing. But so yeah, that's what this is. Nothing special. It's not going to have anything really flashy on the screen. It's just going to be people talking and the Discord little group that we're in. Um, these are for you, the community, to address your concerns more publicly. Especially if you feel like your voice ain't being heard and you want to kind of put us on the spot or something like that, or let others kind of hear your concerns as well. And ideas and kind of get feedback on what you're thinking. But these are one of the many ways that we give the voice to the community. Um, so yeah, that's what it is. It's going to go right into it. I didn't press record sooner, but whatnot. But it's going right into it. Didn't miss anything. More or less, it's just me asking, who wants to have the floor first. So, going to jump right into it on that. And I will catch you all in the next video.
Austin, I know you do. We were talking about him last night.
Yeah, so, well, when we were doing some of the jobs, so with lumber, it doesn't seem like it's really worth, like, at least with the planks anyways, it's not worth chopping them down. And there's a few coincidences that mountain lions would come out of nowhere. And, we didn't even have guns at that time. So anyways, we just run them over with our vehicles. But from the point of cutting the trees down, processing them, loading them up, and then driving all the way into the city, only to get maybe $80 per, I guess, like, pallet, I guess you can say. Even if it was, because I know we're trying to go with a realistic look, like a realistic, economy.
Yes.
We would be making, if this was like real life, obviously, we would be making roughly about $700 to $800 per run, but we only made like $300. If it was like a,
Like 180 or
so the economy stuff is not set up, so like that's what we want to go for, yes, but
okay,
we haven't like actually went to all the scripts and changed the payouts and all that stuff.
gotcha, okay.
So, but definitely need to look at the lumber job and increase the pay. I can see about reducing murder kitties. I really don't know what we can do.
Oh, it's not even the murder
about.
kitty part. We don't care about that, right? It's just like danger.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was also another incident of the spawning cars, or not spawning cars, but like retrieving them. It was like $2,500, but that was since been fixed, and so thank you for that.
On that note, persistent vehicles should be back.
Okay.
So we'll have to make sure that they're staying and not despawning like they were.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
And one more thing, it was the electrician job. So there's 3 different levels to the job. The first level I stayed at, I could probably get 4 or 5 jobs done within not even like 15, 20 minutes. And it was like, it was paying really good. It was upwards to 300 to 250 per job. And I kept doing those until I gained enough experience to get up to the last job, and I was expecting maybe get like $500 to $1,000 for that job, because you have to go there, install lights and outlets and switches, and then by the time that job's done, I could have had like 4 or 5 different smaller jobs done and paid more. And when I was done the job that cost the most experience, I only got $250 to $300 for it. I don't know if you can fix the payment for that.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely go look at that, because it's more experience, so you should be getting paid more, not less. That doesn't really.
Yeah. So it's a leveling system,
A lot of those scripts that are job related on the server currently are DRCs, like electrician, gardener. I
Gotcha.
think what other ones. I plan on replacing those once as I find the jobs that can be replaced. I want more like multiplayer sort of jobs where you
Yeah.
can have a group system and not just be solo.
Okay.
But and also a couple of them are giving like problems. That's why I like trucking ain't on the server anymore. We have a new trucking ship
Okay.
we want to get, but some of the DRC scripts work, some don't. So kind of looking at getting those going. But we can definitely get jobs, increase pay, which I'll probably have chosen to do that.
Nice, nice. And me and Terrence last night we tried to do fishing, but we could not find fishing poles anywhere.
I end up finding it all after I asked him earlier.
Okay, okay.
And the hunting.
And hunting. Okay, perfect.
Hey, the electrician job is actually pretty cool, except for the pay part, like how he mentioned. But I enjoy doing that one in the server.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, I just don't want people working their way up to the last job only to get paying less than the first job. You know?
Yeah. And I mean, that's one of the scripts from DRC that actually works, so it doesn't really have any problems. But I think there's
Yeah.
like multi-job kind of electrician where you can have like a group system, so you can have more of a buddy system and not be alone driving around.
Yeah.
But
And we were out running around last night, and we ended up finding a bench, and I was unable to access it. I guess because I was unemployed, I need to have a job to access it. So I don't know if that's been changed or not.
it has not. I'm getting the dev server ready because now we're not going to mess with the live server and fix anything really in the live unless it can kind of be done on the fly. So I'm going to have to go mess with the script. It needs an update, so I'm going to maybe see if that works, but I'm going to need a non-staff member to come into the dev server and test out things, especially when it comes like that, because like no problem ever for me when it came to crafting tables and stuff like that, but it's just one of those
Gotcha.
things where if you have admin and all that stuff, we kind of don't run into some of the issues.
Okay, okay, makes sense.
We can even get Austin in once you fucks with it, and then we
Yeah, well, because what I'm going to
try
be
the table.
doing with the dev server, it's going to use the same database tables and all that stuff, so like characters will just be over there. So, if you wanted to make new characters, nothing like that, it'll just be pretty much the same server. It's just going to be over there testing. So that was safe.
Oh, and another question with the businesses. So it's just I guess a suggestion. When people buy their business, and like I understand you guys are gonna do like a monthly payment for your business and stuff like that. It would be cool if we were given a set amount. Like, so when we buy the business, we get some sort of starting money and some sort of starting resources. So that way, when we buy the business, we're not pretty much empty on everything. We can just get the business up and going. That way, it helps us hire other people and then buy materials off of people that they want to do. But we also have an inventory just to get us up and running.
Yes. The restaurants, they have a place to go get their inventory and all that stuff, which I mean it costs money. So like yeah, every business needs a starting amount of money. That's
Yeah.
going to come back down to the economy and what Chosen wants to kind of do with that. The new banking script we have has a add-on loan system, but they haven't made
Okay.
that part yet. So like eventually there will be a loan system, but no, like businesses that need crafting materials and all that stuff should have a starting balance. I do agree.
Cool. Cool. All right.
Does anybody else have any things they've ran into, things that they think can be changed or not? Nobody?
All I'd say is, I guess, I don't know if we can do anything about the garbage job, if we're gonna keep that one or not, but it takes forever. Like, what is it? You get like between 18 to 19 stops usually when you start it, and I'd say it takes probably like an hour and a half just doing it alone, on average.
Yeah, I don't plan on keeping that one because I mean that's a default Kiwi Core one, and I know they make more multiplayer garbage jobs where you can actually have a team and stuff like that. So,
Oh, for sure.
but definitely I can kind of look and fix it for now, see if it can be fixed. So that way, like we have everything working until we're able to get a replacement.
Okay. Anybody else?
I just want to say I'm enjoying my time on the server. I'm glad you guys are back up and running, and being able to RP with you guys again. It feels really good. I just want to say thank you for your time and all the hard work that you guys have been putting into the server. I really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Energy like a motherfucker,
I'm trying to one make amends for how we ended things last time, but also just have more of a civilian focused server instead of having a criminal versus cop focused server. So
Sure.
that's why the first thing I want to get after the current goal list is more civilian jobs, which if nobody has anything else to add. Hey, Ricky. Ricky. Can you mute your mic, Ricky?
I'm just gonna.
I mean, I can do it. I was already in the process of doing it. Alright, I guess Ricky just messaged me. You need to say something like that. Anybody else have anything else they want to add? Before I do my part.
Don't be afraid to say stuff. We need feedback.
Just another question, I guess, too, is do we have like a roadmap to, I guess, to make us look forward to what's coming, or do we have a
Ricky, you're unmuted. So what's kind of coming currently right now, the goals channel is more or less what we're looking at script-wise. So I kind of just put more or less what scripts we're looking at get there, but don't really have like a defined roadmap.
Okay.
More or less, so.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea, Punisher, for us to get together
Yeah.
and
Work on okay, I want to work on we're going to work on this first, then this, then this, then this. Have all of your focus on one thing instead of having a bunch of things that you're just trying to get. Touch here, touch there. We'll tweak this here. Focus on one thing and go down, and that way that people can't be like, oh, why aren't you doing this? Oh, well, I had to do this. But if you have something laid out, you can be like, okay, well, as you can see the roadmap, these are the things that we're working on first. We will get to what we're getting to, and that's how it's going to be. That's just my opinion. How road work, roadmaps work.
Oh. Alright. Anybody else? If not, then this will be over with.
No, we gotta talk about goals. This is I close it out.
Oh, okay. My bad.
I mean,
that concludes everything, guys.
Yeah, just don't fuck Punisher, Alright, well, if that is the end of the questions and concerns and things like that, so going back to the hashtag goals list I was talking about, like the fuel script, that's just not a fuel script that's going to just make it where you put gas in your car. That will also add civilian jobs because you'll have to run an oil rig / refinery, and you deliver fuel to the gas stations. So it's kind of going to add something more content there. The phone, the property system, banking, and the casino, people have got those scripts, so I'll be working on those probably starting tomorrow. Working on getting those added, so phones are going to change. Soon we'll have housing. Once that script gets added in there, we have a few real estate agents, so housing will become available. The banking is going to... Money should still be the same. Nothing should be wiped. It should be all carried over because it has backwards compatibility with our current banking script. Can't make any promises, though. What they say on paper doesn't always equate to what actually happens. But we'll kind of see where people's money's at, so we kind of have a baseline what to get people back to. But with the banking script, you're able to make other accounts. Which the current one, you kind of have other accounts, but with this one, you can actually make like joint shared accounts with certain people and just not have just like a business account. And I think there's like 3 different like card options and things like that for all these different accounts, so it's going to add a little bit more to, I guess, payment options more or less. And then the casino coming back in, that gives players a place to hopefully make money. I mean, it's a casino, so it might just take your money, but you know, the wheel will be back, so that way people get that free wheel spin and maybe a chance to win a car or something. But then
stop by, give me your money.
The other scripts on there, we don't currently have a gang script. I know we have some people that want to like run a gang or a club or so forth. Can kind of do that, but really don't have a lot of gang scripts and criminal stuff, since we're just focusing on the civilian aspect first. And like this goal really doesn't add too much to the civilian stuff, but that'll come into play. The laptop bundle, that adds a bunch of different apps. So we have currently like the tablet, and we have like the boosting vehicles, but to do vehicle boosting, you have to find the USB stick to install the boosting app. So laptops pretty much going to work the same way when it comes to that as well. I don't know if we'll keep both boosting scripts because the laptop has its own boosting app they can install, but it has like a drug system, it has a business app, it has cameras, it has a marketplace to sell, it also has a gang app on that too, dark market, music app, racing, so it has some stuff we already have, but it also adds other things that we don't, and we also make our own apps. So that's when that one does. Tattoo script, we've had that one previously, it really didn't get set up, but like players can run their own tattoo shops and we can add our own custom tattoos. So hopefully this time around we'll have time to add custom tattoos and have somebody run a tattoo shop and actually fully get to do that. The trucking simulator kind of goes with the gas station. I'm hoping the gas station one kind of works with our field script we want to get, but that's the new trucking strip I want to get, so that adds trucking back. And then the gas station makes it where players can run their own gas stations, and the trucker job allows you to deliver gas to said gas station. So I'm hoping we can kind of tie those scripts together and make them where they all kind of play well with each other. But we'll have to just see when we get the script what we turn on, turn off, when we work with that. And then we have the realistic off-road physics. So that's going to make it where if you're not in a truck or an off-road vehicle, you can get stuck in the mud. So police driving Chargers and stuff like that, they go off the trail, they're getting stuck, and they're going to need a tow truck to come tow them out and so forth. So kind of stop the whole supercars driving off-road and just getting away. I mean, we really had that issue currently, but I mean, it will be a thing. People kind of just cheesing their way to go to different places, so kind of risk versus reward. We do have towing, so if you want to run a tow shop, just let us know. I know a few people do, so we got to kind of get a tow yard and get people set
Battery
up with that.
low.
But more or less that's it. Kind of just in the starting phase. There's a lot that needs to be fixed and updated and changed, and a lot of it can be on the fly changed because some scripts can just be restarted without the server needing a full reset. So a lot of it's instant, but sometimes some things take a little bit longer. So I appreciate the patience and understanding, and just because have town halls doesn't mean we can ever not just go one-on-one with somebody and talk with them and listen to their suggestions or ideas or hear a concern they're running into. Keep reporting stuff in the beta report bug section. If it is a game-breaking bug that you find, and you don't want to kind of share it out, message me or a staff member. We don't know exactly what it's going to be, but we'll have a incentive reward system for game breaking bugs, especially when it comes to money making bugs, because most people don't want to report bugs if it's making them money. If it benefits them, they don't want to report it. So trying to make a way where those people will report it instead of just abusing it until we find out about it, and then we have to deal with the consequences of them having, something they shouldn't be having because they abuse something. So just keep your eye out there, report what you see, keep giving us feedback, because the more feedback we get, the better we can shape the server, and when we eventually get to that step of a full release, it's going to be a really good, solid full release. What? I think that's enough from me.
The only thing I gotta add is we gotta get a better way to get plastic.
Yeah, I gotta find a better recycling thing. Well, I guess I can say this. So, if you don't know, you search dumpsters as most where you get plastic from. But there's empty plastic bottles and beer bottles, glass bottles, things like that. There's vending machines. There's not very many. The best one I know of that I can kind of tell people it's in the city is by the gas station that's like across the street from the car wash. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think what that road is.
One that's not far from Legion Square.
Yeah.
Convenience store. It's a car wash.
There's a vending machine outside of it. It's more kind of towards the alley where people like to park, but it's on the front of the store. You can go third eye that, and you can trade in your bottles to get plastic or glass, but you can also sell mats and make a little bit of cash there too. But yeah, we need to find more ways to get plastic.
I can stress the plastic. I've done probably between the garbage job I've done twice and just searching through garbage cans looking through stuff. I'm probably at like 5 hours looking through stuff, and I'm probably up to like maybe 25 plastic.
Well, I know ways of getting plastic. You can, like, these are like, obviously they're different scripts, but you can get the recycling depot. That's a good way to get plastic and all of the materials. Yeah. And then there's ways of fishing. You can, pull up plastic, if that's, another way to be able to do it.
I don't know if I think fishing already gives you plastic. You have a chance to get it there, but I have to double check. But yeah, more or less, I want more than one way to get said materials.
Yep.
Yeah, if we can find a good recycling depot one, because that seems to be a main one on a lot of servers as well. I find.
You guys had one before. That's how I would make my money from you, Terry. Remember?
Yep. I used to buy everything.
I mean, you still buy everything.
Like, I remember the most was, oh my god, how did I forget his name?
It was me.
Mustang. No, Mustang was like my top. He was the top person for giving me resources. And one day I paid him $5 million.
I miss Mustang.
He pops in from time to time.
Yeah, the most I've ever paid in one day was $5 million, and that was to him in resources. That was like, obviously towards like the end where I had an abundance amount of money sitting around. That was also a different economy then too. But
I know a lot of old returning players are coming back. They're just busy, but Mustang pops in from time to time.
I'm gonna go take care of some things.
Yep, I think that's it. I think we're good now. I think everything's been addressed. There's 7 things on the notes to go fix and look at, so.
Sweet.
Well, appreciate you all guys for coming and being here. Sure. And we'll continue on the progression.